Hello guys, so today we're talking about a Jim Carrey movie called The Mask. The Mask. Very intimidating title, but it's about a guy and who is a normal person. He of course comes across this mask, and he gets attracted to the mask. He wants to know what it does, and basically when he puts on the mask, he turns into this guy, the mask, which there is the Stanley, and then there's the mask, which contains the spirit of the Norse god Loki, which is Loki is actually, contrary to popular belief, is actually a public domain character because he's based off a Norse myth. But the Marvel character Loki is definitely owned by Marvel. But Norse mythology is not owned by Marvel. I'm just telling you guys that. So, no, well, the name is, kind of like, Zeus. Zeus is in, various media as in DC universe, but it's also in, various movies about, the mythology itself, the Greek mythology, and of course it's the Norse mythology as well. And basically, he turns into a supernatural playboy as is seen charm and confidence, which allows him to catch the eye of local nightclub Tina. Unfortunately, under the mask is Bruce Ipkiss also robs a bank, which he gets blamed for the no, it's Angus, the crime lord whose goon gets blamed for the heist. So basically, the movie is about this. It's pretty hilarious. You know, you want to watch if it's kind of like a cartoon, but in real life. Basically, when the Matt Ray turns into a mask, it's pretty hilarious. You know, it makes no sense, but it's just so funny at the same time because it makes no sense. That's what makes it so funny because it makes no sense. They also made a sequel called The Son of the Mask, but nobody talks about that movie because that movie doesn't is not canon. Or no, it doesn't exist because it just sucks. The Son of the Mask. If you ever heard that, the sequel to The Mask that they made, it's really not canon because nobody likes the Son of the Mask. It's just this movie that exists. It is part of the same movie series, but really, it shouldn't exist because it just is a terrible movie, Son of the Mask. But we're done talking about the Son of the Mask. Anyone can go back to the original movie. I must tell you guys why the Son of the Mask is should not be canon because it's kind of like the Star Wars Holiday Special order things. It is a superhero movie. It's a superhero movie. Who doesn't know the Mask is about you know, cartoony dubbed The Mask, who found his new powers to get his go to dreams, you know. And of course, the music is great. Which the music is usually songs from actual songs like most movies, and the music is great. I just like the part when the cops are going to attack the mask guy, and he makes them all dance instead of him actually doing something. And and of course, I don't want to go into much spoilers because sometimes I go into spoilers of the movie. I don't want to go into spoilers of this movie. But, the Mask eventually becomes a superhero at the very end. He wants to become a superhero. He wants to fight criminals and stuff and, fight bad guys and villains, bad villains. And at the end of the movie, Jim Carrey, the guy is acted by Jim Carrey, does the right thing and get rid of the mask in general and, gets rid of the entire thing and just wants to be himself. So really the message is similar to some kids movies, it's just be yourself. You don't need a mask to mask identity, and that's what the whole that's the whole meaning. If you want to find the meaning of this movie, the whole meaning of this movie is, hey, you don't need a mask to make a fake identity. You don't need a fake identity to get people. Okay, you don't need to have a fake identity. You know, it's kind of like those people who have two personalities, and one of them comes out at the night, and the other one does not comes out during the day. You only need one personality. You don't need to be a different person to get people to be your friends. You don't need to be a different person. And that has proved that, many people really like the mask, until he actually does good stuff. And the mask can be put on anybody in the movie. The dog puts on the mask, and the villain of the movie puts on the mask as well. The dog does it, puts on the mask and stuff. And of course, the mask saves the day, of course, beats the villains, and of course we figure out that the mask, the other guy, the green guy, was the mask the other villain, or not Jim Carrey, the other guy. So basically, Jim Carrey gets off, scot free because he wasn't the because the other guy put on the mask to become to basically try to basically destroy a party that was going on in the city. So overall, it's a very great movie. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. I know I give so many movies 7 out of 10s, but there's a lot of good movies out there. I don't really see many. And the Son of the Mask, well, I give that a 1 out of 10 because Son of the Mask is terrible. But that's basically it. Goodbye.